One, two, one, two, one, two, three, four. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, depending on where you are on planet Earth. I am Bruce Leonard, of course. Thank you for tuning in to another hour of Bruce Leonard Leans Left while it's still legal. It's still legal today. It is Monday, July the 27th. And 13 days, and the guns went silent. Trump likes to move in 2-week cycles. You notice that? Attack him again. How long? 2 weeks. And the guns went silent. Now the strikes are over. 13 days in a row strikes. Now they're over. And no victory declared yet that I am aware of. It's like, I'm waiting for that. Truth Social Post, victorious. This is as you can see, nothing has happened. 13 days of strikes in a row. Things are the same as they were before. And you can strike them forever. And nothing will change. There's only two ways out of this. You going in or you getting out? And either way, they win. Because even if we go in, we're not going to... What happened in Iraq or Afghanistan? We're not just going to take over Iran. It's just in perpetuity. It's going to be ours forever. If people won't die, people will die. Lots of people. Laura, what's up? I don't know. I just grabbed this one because I was in a hurry. I'm sorry. It's upstairs. It is, it's hard to see what's going to happen because, like I said, Trump's ego will not let him do what is necessary, which is to capitulate and get the fuck out of there because he can't take that. He can't take that he lost an election. You think he could take that he lost a war? Yes, Kenson, we're running out of weapons. That too. There's lots of things that they didn't plan for. And they're trying to say that it was Biden. You would think that the airstrikes being over right now. Now he could get back to work and business. But here's the day in the life of Donald Trump. 11:16 a.m. This is True Social postings. 11:16 a.m. AI photo of Caitlin Collins is Dylan Mulvaney. 11:43 a.m. AI image attacking Bruce Springsteen. 3:22 p.m. An AI art installation of Trump throwing a Trump 2028 hat. 3:23 p.m. Photo of him standing next to a TV with Biden's final Oval Office address playing. 3:23 p.m. AI art of him giving his speech at the WHCD. 3:23 AI photo of Chris Christie fighting Democrat Representative Jerry Nadler. Whatever, I don't know what the fuck that's about. 3:23 p.m. AI image attacking Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert. 3:24 p.m. Trump 2028 poster that says, "Give the enemy nightmares. Nobody is scared of him." 3:24 p.m. AI image attacking Rosie O'Donnell. 3:25 p.m. Fake movie poster of him in Star Trek. 3:25 p.m. Another Trump 2028 poster. 3:31 p.m. AI poster of the U.S. attacking Karg Island in Iran. 3:31 p.m. AI image of him taking over an Iranian oil tanker. 3:32 p.m. AI image of him taking over an Iranian oil tanker times 2. 3:33 p.m. AI image of him taking over an Iranian oil tanker times 3. This is all coming rapid fire. That's 1 minute at a time. 3:47 p.m. Posts an AI image of an Iranian ship being blown up. 4:36 p.m. AI image of him taking over an Iranian oil tanker times 4. 4:36, another tanker times 5. 4:37, another oil tanker times 6. 4:39 p.m. AI image of him cosplaying as a Navy commander. 4:39 p.m. AI image of him smoking a cigar, wearing a Trump 2028 hat. This goes on and on. This is what he's doing. Well, there's a war on. People are dying, and the economies are collapsing all over the world. They said Asia's about to go into a depression because of this. Those countries don't have oil. They got to import oil, and there's no oil for them to buy. Edit Anime says, which country belonged to you? No country belongs to me. What do you mean? I think that's the theme here. No country belongs to anybody. That's the fucking problem with America. That's all we've ever done is gone around the world, invade people, and try to tell them how they should be living their fucking lives. Now here, this is Mike Waltz on the Sunday shows. Kristen Walker asks, is America backing away from a larger military attack because our stockpile has been depleted? Mike Waltz, we have to take a step back here. A lot of our stockpiles were depleted because of Biden. Walker, but you acknowledge they're depleted. Waltz, no. And the people leaking that nonsense deserve to be in jail. That's when you know they're lying to you. When he said, the reason they're depleted is because of Joe Biden. And then she's like, so you're saying they're depleted? No. No, that's not what I'm saying. But that is what you said. And like I said, their standard deflect attack thing is to just blame it on Joe Biden, even though Joe Biden wasn't in no war. Joe Biden. How did Joe Biden deplete stockpiles of weapons and he didn't even shoot? It's also ridiculous. It's and the fact that people listen to this person talk, like I said, and continue to think that he's telling them the truth. They got caught trying to fudge the casualty numbers. They got caught because people were like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? They tried to make another list. Like, well, Trump declared a ceasefire on this date, so anyone who was killed after this isn't really in this list. And if you wanted to know the total number of people who got killed or injured, you had to, find all these different lists and add up the numbers. Why? Because they don't want to tell you the truth about how many fucking people are being killed or injured. Just like they didn't want to tell how much damage the bases have taken from Iranian missiles. New York Times, CNN had to post satellite photos of the bases all blown up because they're not going to tell you that. They haven't had a Pentagon press briefing in how long now? They're not interested in talking about it because they don't want you to know. They don't even call it a war. And meanwhile, like I said, these Asian countries, they're about to go into depression because they need oil and they don't produce oil. They had to import all their oil and there ain't no fucking oil on the market. And that shit's coming this way too. It's a domino effect. When they get into a depression, then the countries around them start to go into recession and then into a depression. It grows out like a disease. And that it might not hit us, real hard at first, but it will eventually. Ken Captain says now BB's going to the White House. Is he? I didn't hear that. It wouldn't surprise me. He's been rather quiet lately. That's what I mean. They got to be cooking up some kind of scheme. They're already trying to pass that bill that would join the Israeli and U.S. military together. I don't know what that was all. Why would you want to do that? All these people. That's what I mean about these new right wing conservatives, right? All they do is bitch about sovereignty and all that shit. And now what are you? You got to give your sovereignty away by merging yourself with another country? Like what about sovereignty all of a sudden? That's what I mean. They don't have any real principles. And everything that they say is bullshit. It's just they're just bullshit you to advance their agenda, but their agenda is really nothing but control. At the end of the day, like I've sat around and tried to figure out like what is their purpose? What are they doing? It's like the only thing that they want is to control. I saw a thing which when I came down here today. He wants to put warning signs outside the Smithsonian. Warning, woke museum or something like that, like. And of course, if you know the history of this kind of shit, authoritarian movements, that's what they do is they attack the universities, the museums. They try to change the history of things. They try to change the story. Because in most of the stories, they're the fucking bad guys, and they don't want you to know that. So they can't tell you the truth, Tomorrow, Ken? BB's going there? I bet that'd be great. He can't go to New York because Mom Donnie said he'd arrest him. Then he said he couldn't arrest him, but whatever. But and then I did see something that I wanted to talk about because it is true that the Democratic Party, people keep. I mean, this is all we have, right? Like, who's going to save us from this? And you look around and you go, well, there's really nothing but the Democrat Party. But the Democrat Party is not in a position to be doing anything because they're constantly bumblefucking around themselves and shooting themselves in the foot. And now what I'm going to say might piss some people off, but I don't care because it's the truth. And the Democratic Socialists, while I'm for them, on a basic level, like I agree with their principles, what they're trying to do, right? But when you get people, and of course the right wing media is going to seek these people out. This girl was on the Fox News. She was some Democratic socialist from out west, in the West Coast, and they were asking her all these questions, and they were like, "Do you want to abolish the police? Defund the police?" And she's like, "Yes." And she's like, "Abolish prisons? Yes." Defund the Pentagon, yes. It's like, you can't have people saying shit like this without them accusing you of being a fucking communist and people believing it. First of all, I'm a left-wing guy, but that's just stupid. You're not going to defund the fucking Pentagon. You're not going to abolish all fucking prisons. You're not going to, these are pipe dreams of and where they found this person, I don't know. But they had her on television. And so once she's on television, you could use that in a political ad. You could do anything, You go, look, these people, they're communists. And then she's like, yes, abolish all prisons, defund the Pentagon. It's like, this is America. You're not going to get elected saying shit like that. First of all, and second of all, like I said, even as a left-wing guy, that's just fucking stupid. You're not going to do all that. First of all, you need the Pentagon. You need the military to defend your fucking country, whether it's a socialist government or a democratic government or whatever kind of government it is. You don't got no defense. You really got nothing, do you? Second of all, you're not going to abolish all prisons. That's just fucking stupid because they're criminals who belong in prison. Now, the prison system need to be reformed? Fuck yes, and I'm all for that. But reformation of the prison system and abolishing prisons is two fucking different things. And if you're on TV saying shit like that, like I said, all you're doing is making it harder for another Democrat to get elected because they're going to just play your fucking clip of you saying dumb shit and say, this guy's like that. And now instead of talking about what he's going to do, he's got to try to defend himself from being accused of being a communist like this fucking idiot who's on TV saying dumb shit like that. It's not helpful. And who's going to fucking organize all this? The DNC's in bankruptcy right now. Do you know that? The Democratic National Committee didn't have no money, had to mortgage their own headquarters to get money. And the guy who's running the DNC, what's his name? Who is he? I don't know, and I'm a left-wing guy. That's like, I don't even know who he is. Apparently, he's throwing telephones at people because the situation's so bad over there. Because all these corporations, they're joining the fascists and put all their money in there. They're not going to fucking fund Democrats. And I was reading the thing, said, wasn't for small donors, these Democratic candidates all over the country would be on their own. He said, DNC ain't got no money to give them. And yes, Ken, they're still trying to build a prison. That's why System of a Down was such a great band. I said, not only were they so musically great, but I said the things they were talking about are so relevant even now. It's a critique of the society that we live in, like their music itself. And and like I said, it's still accurate to this day. Because I think as I get older and I realize, the more I know about history and human beings, is like we're never going to change. It's it's the same shit over and over and over again. We keep thinking that we're changing, but it ain't. It's just the world around us is changing. It's more technological, but like the ways we kill each other has changed, but we're still just killing each other. And religious war is fucking brewing up all over the place. There was an Islamic attack in Germany. A guy drove his car into a fucking festival or some shit and ran over a bunch of people. And he was but he wasn't an immigrant. Naturally born German citizen. But he was Syrian or something, I think. But same religion. That's also where some attacks on Jewish shops somewhere. That's still fucking around, brewing up. And then all this war in the Middle East now isn't helping the situation either. It just make everybody have to pick sides, And a lot of us are just out here like, we ain't on no side. I got an idea. How about y'all stop being fucking stupid? It's like, but no, that's not going to happen. It's hard to be an optimist when you're looking around. And then Trump's keeps talking about running for another term. And they're all laughing. Ha ha. You think that's funny? You're running. By then it'll be, 82? See, so even if he wins again, he's going to be president. So he's about 90, close to 90. Is like that what you want? An old fucking dementia-ridden shitbag shitting all over himself. That's our leader. Says the old man. Fucking roll him around like Grandpa in the Chainsaw Massacre. That's like drew blood down his mouth every now and then. That's like, so a strict liquid diet. That's what they said. I mean, what's gonna happen? I don't know. We're in the middle of something that's, and then people. There was one guy. There's a picture of one guy outside where the Tate brothers were. One guy with the sign that said, "Tates are heroes." One guy. Of course, it's viral. I mean, I saw it. I made a meme out of it. It's like you can't not. It's like this world is so bizarre. And like I thought, Blue Apollo tried to tell me how famous the Tates are and how many millions of fans they have. And I said, why is there just one guy out there? Right, maybe that's fake too. You ever consider that? That's like most of the shit on the internet is fake. And maybe a lot of those followers are like bot followers, to inflate the number, make it seem like there's more. If you got 10 million YouTube followers, right? And they go, oh, he's famous, got 10 million YouTube followers. They put you in jail. There's only one guy standing out there. And these followers aren't very loyal. It's like, you can only find one guy out of 10 million? I don't even know what the percent of that would be. Like 0.0000000, like 2 pages of zeros. Is it 1%? Yeah, that guy, the one guy. It was funny the other day. It worked. The trucker was wearing a Trump shirt. I didn't say nothing to him, but there's a lot of shit in the back room, so I had some stuff in front of the door. The door wasn't blocked, but I was like, hey, you can put that over here for now, and I'll move it. And then he was like, well, I don't want to block the door. He's like, that's an OSHA violation. I was like, oh, you think OSHA still exists? That's like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, OSHA still exists. So who is it? He's like, it's that guy. So there's one guy left, but they doged the whole organization. And I was serious. Like, obviously there's no health department anymore. That's why the measles are all over the goddamn place, and that's why they put on the CDC website. I don't know if you saw that. They put on the CDC website that the claim that vaccines don't cause autism is not fact-based. Put a disclaimer on it. Just like they're putting in front of the Smithsonian, like I said. They're going to put a woke museum sign in front of the Smithsonian. I've been saying for a long time, there's a museum down here in Cincinnati. It's the only one of its kind in the United States, because this was a junction in the Underground Railroad. So it's called the Underground Railroad Freedom Center, and that's all it's about, is the Underground Railroad. And how thanks, ding dang dang. It says I sound like Cartman. Well, I just sound like this. Anyway, it's the only museum of its kind. It's dedicated completely to the Underground Railroad and its relationship to Cincinnati, Ohio. And I've been waiting for them to come here and try to close it down. Ain't no more definition of a woke museum than this one. Let me tell you. I find it odd, like I said, how they don't want to talk about the truth about anything. That's what I mean about right-wing politics. Right-wing politics is ridiculous in of itself, because most of it, all of it, is based upon complete bullshit. Things that aren't real. That's like and overblown fears. It's all about, like, yeah, I said, tapping into people's fears and telling them that, everybody else is fucking terrible, even though they're usually the most terrible. Like they're talking about sex traffickers and how bad they are and how they need to be strung up and how they need to be dragged out in the streets and shot and shit. And then the Tate brothers get in trouble for the same thing, and they go, hey, man, there is. Because it's like a psychosis. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have to have any logic or reason. It's all about feelings and emotions and like I said, anger, hate. Like that person that came here that day and said, oh, I was laughing and smiling while I was doing the show so no one would watch, because all they want to hear is some guy spitting venomous hate all day into this microphone on the internet. And if I did that, then I'd probably get a lot of followers. I mean, they don't see that this is the problem. You know what I mean? Like the system itself, the things that we've built is the problem. Because it's a everything came together like in a perfect storm. Like the internet was created, right? And they never regulated the internet. They never put any controls on it whatsoever. It's like the Wild West. And then people started making money, and making social media platforms. And then, of course, just like anything else, some of the social media, and because there was no rules, Facebook and all these other people were able to buy up the other social media platforms before they could even become a competition. They like just fold them into themselves. And then they just became huge, giant conglomerates and they control everything. It's like Twitter. Did you see like it was like beyond comprehension that you could just let Twitter shut off if it went bankrupt. You know, they people were like, "Oh no, like, we can't let that happen. And the world will end. Someone's got to buy it and keep it going." And so Elon Musk was like, "I'll buy it." But the fact that they thought it was so necessary to keep it alive, you know what I mean? Like it shows you that at a certain point that they are too big to fail. Because if you follow a normal capitalist business model, even Twitter now, X, it doesn't make any money. The only reason it's still on at all is because Elon Musk's ego, and he knows that 250 million people are listening to every stupid racist thing he posts on there. And he feels like he's affecting culture somehow, which I guess he is, but I don't know what they, like I said, what people like that think they're like this. The Odyssey. Have you seen this? The right wing has been in a frenzy about the Odyssey for like 3 weeks now. Or Matt Walsh is posting about it every 10 minutes. It's like, because they cast a black woman in this mythological story, it's not believable anymore. The one with the Kragans and the Cyclopses and the mermaid sirens and whatever else. It's like, and the blah, 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 the Western civilization. It's like Western civilization was ever something great. Like I said, that's a myth too. Western civilization was in charge. That's what that means. That's all that means. It wasn't any better. They fucking did all kinds of heinous shit. And dumb shit and killed each other over religious bullshit just like they do now. That's what I'm saying, is we're not changing. Blue Positive heard the Odyssey was good. So did I. But I'm saying, if you... the right wing has been going on and on and on about this movie. And the fact that it's already like into the highest grossing movies ever made, and it's only been out for like 2 weeks, proves that those guys don't have any power at all. They're crying into the wind, and the wind is blowing their tears absolutely nowhere. I don't ever understand people like said Matt Walsh. Like you listen to all these conservatives, they're not happy ever about anything. They never say like, "Oh, I saw something today. It was wonderful." You know, like no, it's all grievances and bitching and complaining. Yes, Blue Power. Not a complaining, like they're doing exactly what they said or what I told you that they do, which is they take a story that has a grain of truth, right? Which is this woman got convicted in Minnesota for disorderly conduct or some shit like that, right? And now they're all saying, "Oh, it's because she called it the N-word." You know, and you're like, that's not what they convicted her of at all. But yes, she did call it the N-word on the thing. But that's not why she got convicted. She got convicted for like disorderly conduct or assault because she like grabbed somebody who was filming her with a camera. And like, but they lie. They have to lie. They have to manufacture these lies to support. That's why I said about the politics themselves don't make any sense, because they're all based upon bullshit and lies. It's not even real. It's some invented reality that they make up themselves, and then they yell because you that you don't accept that the sky is green. You know, and you go, "Well, it's clearly blue. I can see it. We are communists." or that you should let the government manufacture felony charges on people for crimes that didn't happen. Trump's still out there. He said it yesterday or today. And she's out there talking about, oh, and they cut the thing with a knife. It's like they clearly didn't cut it with a knife. Because when they drained the pool out, you could clearly see there's no cuts. Blue Apostles, did I watch the Fuentes Biden interview? There are a couple parts I know you'd laugh at. No, I haven't watched it yet. I plan to watch it, though. Did they get in a fight at the end? Laura says, the world is spineless, and you are correct, dear. It is, and that's the problem. I've been saying that for a long time. Like the correspondence dinner. Did you see that? This is why people don't trust the media anymore either. All the reporters went to this dinner with Trump, right? And got awards for. These reporters got an award for that story where they broke with Trump's fucking gross note that he wrote for Jeffrey Epstein in the thing. Remember that? With the dirty poem in it, was like drawn in the shape of a woman, because he's a fucking perv. And then they gave him awards for that story, and they went up on stage, got their awards, and then Trump gets up, shits all over him for an hour. I mean, shits all over. Tells a bunch of horrible, terrible jokes that no one fucking laughed. He's bombing his ass off. And so then he just starts doing his Trump thing where he just starts attacking. He starts going around the room and he's attacking all these people. He's just shitting on them. And they're just sitting there. And then at the end, they all go up and shake his hand. And it's like, what the fuck? Spineless, Laura. It's like... To me, these guys on TV were like, why didn't they just get up and walk out? Why didn't they boo when they attacked their fucking colleague, Blue Pile says, no, they didn't get to a fight. See? Well, then that's why I said then it's bullshit story manufactured to make people watch. They didn't get into it. They said, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like the internet, you don't know what's real and what isn't. You can't tell anymore. It's all a product that they're selling to you. That's why I say I want you to know this. I'm not doing that. I'm down here and I ain't making no money. I don't have an agenda other than I feel like we're losing control of everything. Someone should at least be commenting on it and make it a record. It's like... You think in your mind, you're like, well, maybe I can help somehow by doing something like this, but then you realize, I do research to do this show, right? Hours. If you add it all up, all the news I read and the stuff I watch, I don't just come down here without trying to know what's going on, right? And that takes time. And you do 3 1-hour shows a week about what's going on in the world, right? Talking about it. And then my friend, he's a comedian, Josh Littauer. I know, and I get, like I said, I get the average 2. Sometimes I get 400 or 500, but average around 200 some views every episode, right? My friend Josh Littauer eats a gas station chili dog in his car. 100,000 views. And that's America, my friends. And that's why we're fucking doomed. Blue Pile says he's pretty sure that Andrew, the owner of Channel 5, is being sued. So he's trying to make as much money as possible from it. This paywall for the first couple hours it dropped, which makes sense. I don't really blame him. Why is he going bankrupt for? Platforming shitbags? I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about it. What is Channel 5 anyway? See, I'm not into the right wing. Like I said, media sphere or whatever. But I totally see once you watch that corporate fucking reporter thing where they just sit there and let Trump shit all over them. And they won't get up and leave. I know why they didn't get up and leave, because they know he's petty and he'll deny them access. And so to maintain their access, they got to sit there and eat shit because the guy's an asshole. And he's getting off on it. Blue Paw says he's being sued. I don't remember for what, but he's the one who did the Biden Fuentes interview. Okay. So he's trying to make money to pay for lawyers. Again, you wonder where these people come from, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm not against it. But at the same time, it's like, any rich person could just prop up someone on the internet. Just, if you have enough money, you can do it. Like I said, like that Nick Shirley, they tried to create another star with it, Nick Shirley, James O'Keefe was the original jerk off like that. They're like, oh, James O'Keefe, but he got in a bunch of trouble, right? So James O'Keefe you can't put him on TV anymore because he got in a bunch of trouble. So they're like, oh, we need a new James O'Keefe with Nick Shirley. Soon he'll be dressed like a pimp or doing something stupid. Blue Paw says he's being sued. All right. That's why I think he did that they almost fought thing. Right. To get attention to the podcast. Get viewers. You got to go viral, I mean, that's what I mean. It's if you're a guy like that, right? He's like, oh, I need to get however many you got. He's like, I need to get 1 million views at least or more. Right, of something. So he does that. But then that's not going to last forever. He's got to I got to find another thing that's going to get me 100 million views. Seems like it would be stressful. It's like, to keep that up, you know what I mean? It's like, it's probably what led to the face hammering, thing. It's like, well, views are starting to drop off. What can I do? It's like, oh, wait, bang, bang. People started watching. Ahmed says, Daddy Bruce, when are you going to be single again? When she gets sick of me, I guess. Because I don't plan on going anywhere. But I said I don't control how she thinks. But like I said, it seems like it would be stressful to be like, oh, you got to keep that up all the time. If you didn't start out like me and I'm not saying that it's but I have had exponential growth in the year I've been doing this. It's already gotten bigger than I could have thought it would, and people start watching from all over the world, which is cool. And people come back who have been here, like Ahmed. They drop in and they drop out. At least they check up on me. It's like, so I think that if you built a show like that, once you get up to 1 million people are watching or whatever, I don't think it's not that bad. It wouldn't be that hard, but like he says, is the guys get sued, he needs to make a lot of money. It's like you gotta make things that are gonna get millions of views or you're not gonna get paid. Blue Paw says, well, he's a liberal too, his interviews are good. When he paints people who oppose his views in such a bad light, I guess he's young, but he's very careful with the way people are shown. See, I wouldn't want that. Like, I got friends that do shows like this, but they do it like in their house. And then they record it and then they edit it, And I'm like, I do this show live. You know that. I don't edit this show. And when it's done, it's up on YouTube and I don't touch it after that. Everything that happens here is live and spontaneous. I don't have to script. I'm not trying to bullshit you. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with people about what we're going to do about this planet and the world because I think we're in trouble, I'd like to be, I'm supposed to be a comedian, it's supposed to be all funny and shit, but it's like, I don't know, man. They still won't accept that the climate change is real, even though the world is burning all over the place. I don't know if you've seen this. And Europe is burning. Spain is on fire now. Canada's on fire. I pulled up a map, right? Because Trump was blaming Canada for all those fires and smoke. And so I was like, hey, well, look, how many fires are there? I clicked up. I brought up a map. And it was all of North America. You're like, look at it. It was like, dude, there's hundreds of fires burning down here. Just almost as many as burning up there. Everything's on fire. Because it's dry as fuck. And then when it's not dry, it's torrentially pouring because everything is, like I said, the climate is fucked up. It's either hot and humid, and there's nothing but hot, humid sun. And then it gets all dark and pours down rain like torrential rain, and there's a flood all over the goddamn place. And then there's sometimes tornadoes. And then that goes away, and then it's just hot again. And you're like, dude, there's something going on that it wasn't like this when I was young. I'm old enough to have lived long enough to be like, I remember when it wasn't like this. And Trump and these people are 80 something, 70, 80 years old. They got to know that it wasn't fucking like this. And they're still going, it's not real. John says, hey, cousin, babe. Hey, good. I'm glad you could. Blue Pop says, I like my news and interviews like I like my women raw. No, but that's what I was going to say. Is if I was going to interview somebody, I think I would just turn the cameras on and have a conversation with them. And I would not edit any of it. I mean, unless we started talking about, like, something boring as fuck, like what his favorite kind of ice cream was or some shit that nobody wants to hear. But even that, you should leave it in because it makes a guy human, like. So if you're talking to somebody like, let's say if I got to talk to like Thomas Massey, and I get to talk to him for a while, we talked about all kinds of stuff, and then he started talking about how much he loves Grater's ice cream or some shit, and you're like, hey man, leave it in there because I said it humanizes him. I find Thomas Massey to be a fascinating individual because I agree with him 50% of the time. And the other 50% of the time, I think his opinions about those things are dumb as shit. So it's confusing. It's like, how can he be so smart, so dumb at the same time? It's mind-boggling. It's like, I think it's because the things that I agree with him on are more like moral issues, and I definitely agree with his fiscal. He's one of the fiscal alarmists. So they don't even exist anymore. But I mean, it is true. It's like, dude, we can't keep spending money like this and think that you could do this forever. The national debt, like I said, is higher than the GDP now. You can't sustain anything like that. And now they want to spend $1.5 trillion on the military. It's like, where are you going to get this money? You're already $40 trillion in debt. It's like you need another 1.5, just another 1.5. It'll be the last. Be the last time I ask. Hey, where are we getting this money? What kind of bank you get your money from? You need a $1.5 trillion loan for the defense of the. So what it says here, you owe us $40 trillion. It's like, at what point do they cut you off? I don't think it's not a sustainable model. It's like, especially when all the money that's invested right now is invested in this phantom shit. I mean, AI is not phantom. I don't know. Did you see this, Blue Apollo? There was an AI that got out of their whatever cage they built for it. It went rogue and got out, scoured the internet, and then hacked into this startup company. Now they were able to reel it back in or whatever. But I'm saying is they're fucking with shit they don't fully. I mean, you know, a rogue AI. Who did I say it only takes one? Blue Pile says, "Do you ever wish you didn't know as much about politics as you do? It would be nice to not worry about it like I do, but it's still there." Yes. Yes, I said it a bunch of times. Sometimes, I guess I said before, I envy people who are of. It sounds egotistical to say it, but it's true. To be born highly intelligent is kind of a curse. You're put into a small group right away, and you're always looking around you going, what the fuck is going on? You know, why are people this way? I don't understand. It's like being from another planet. Sometimes watching the human race to me feels like that because I don't understand any of the shit that they do. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like we were watching this show. Me and Laura were watching this show about Neanderthals, right? You know, Neanderthals were always thought to be just like the old definition of caveman, you know, knuckle draggers or whatever. And come to find out, they you know, of course, they're not that much different than us. They had fucking, you know, crude religious customs and all kinds of shit, right? They're sort of semi, you know, sophisticated, way more sophisticated than they were given credit for. But anyway, they found these bones, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy had a broken leg and something else, and there's no way he could have hunted or whatever. But he's older than this injury, so obviously his people took care of him. He stayed at the cave. When they got the food, they brought it back. They fucking fed him. They took care of him." Because that's how the only way a society will sustain itself is if you fucking care for the people in your community. And we have created the system. Thank you, Blue Pilot. Be careful. I don't want to make you crash your car. If your society doesn't take care of its people, then what good is it? What's the fucking point? Even primitive man did that. But we have created a culture where it's dog eat dog, where you leave someone on the sidewalk and you just walk away. No, not everybody's like that, but I'm saying it's cold-blooded. People watch YouTube videos of people getting injured and they laugh. Because like I said before, human beings, no matter how sophisticated we get and how much, like I said, toys we create and all this shit, they said we're going to kill ourselves with the AI is going to. I said this from the beginning. If that already happened, how long do you think it'll be before some rogue AI gets out and is on the internet like Ultron in the comics and starts really doing crazy shit, you know? Sowing mass chaos all around the planet. And like I said, you think they're going to stop it? One already got out. They say it's exponentially getting smarter all the time. So they've opened up this Pandora box. And now it's already getting out of, you know, it got a little out of hand for a second. They said they were lucky that that's all it did. But let's say, Laura says humanity will destroy itself for this very reason. And I totally agree 100% on that. I said humanity will collapse upon itself by the collective weight of its own stupidity. I've said that for a while now, and I believe it to be true. They said we're opening up the things that we don't understand, and all these things are coming together. Like I was trying to explain to you before, it's that's created this situation. It's like the AI. Fareed Zakaria was talking about it Sunday, and about how populism and all that fascism and all this stuff bubbles up at these times when great technological advances are happening and people are confused and they don't understand what's happening and they're scared. And that opens the door for these fascist movements to take control because they assure people that they can protect them from whatever, threat it is. But in this situation, it's weird because they convince everybody that the immigrants are a threat and that we have to fund these AI centers because the fascist movement is being bankrolled by these tech people, I believe. That's why Bezos and Zuckerberg were so quick to fucking get on their knees and Silicon Valley itself, because they need there to be no regulation on their business. And that's the other thing is, like I said, they just turned the internet on and they didn't make any regulations. There's no rules. There haven't been any rules. So that's what's created this situation. Because I said, along with the no regulations against these companies becoming so big, like there should have been market caps on how much share of the market any one of these companies could make. That's why there's only 3 of them now or whatever. Because they didn't put any rules in place, so they just bought up all the competition. Now it's Microsoft, there's Google, and there's fucking Meta. And Amazon, you gotta give Bezos his kind of his props. He created his own thing outside of that, with the shopping and now the TV. But Bezos wasn't really tapped into the creating technology like the other companies were. He just used the technology to create something else outside. And now he's getting into space exploration and all such. I mean, he's got so much money. He can get into whatever he wants, I guess. Here's something I saw that you don't hate human beings enough. So remember when SpaceX shot up those fucking rockets to shoot up those moon landers or whatever they were doing. And the landing, remember the landing failed? But anyway, those rockets just got shot off like, rockets do when they run out of gas. And so they just been floating around out there. And now on August the 2nd, one is going to slam into the moon and create a big giant crater on the moon. More fucking found a way to litter in space, That's they said, luckily it's coming down somewhere where there's really nothing there. But they were like, what if it came down like the footsteps of the astronauts who went to the moon in the 1960s are still on the moon, right? But they're preserved because of the way the thing is. But they're like, if a fucking rocket just landed there, just destroy everything. And you're like, it says we have the power to create all these things and to do all these things, but we're too stupid to know how to control it or to realize the implications sometimes of what we're doing. And it will kill us eventually. I mean, it already is. I mean, think about it. Climate change is a problem, right? And we need to stop burning fossil fuels. But instead of doing that, what are we doing? We're building all these data centers that are superheated themselves. So superheated that they need millions of gallons of water to cool them at all times. And so they're putting out more heat. And we're building them everywhere. We're making ourselves in an oven. Slowly but surely. I mean, I said, I'm not Neil deGrasse Tyson or anything, but I'm saying it's like if the planet's already heating building these things that are going to put out even more heat at all times. It's not. And cause you to burn more fossil fuels to create the electricity that these things need to heat themselves up so hot that you got to pour millions of gallons of water up. I mean, it's not a good system. And at the same time, I don't know if you saw this, but the Colorado River is right out of water. Now they were talking about that. I lived in Las Vegas for several years. And they was talking about it's getting to a bad, the Lake Mead is still only like 27% full. Every year for the last several years now, the water in Lake Mead has been going down, not up. Meanwhile, you're having all these crazy rain events with flash flooding everywhere, but that water is just flash flooding. It's not getting collected in the where it would normally be collected. Obviously, because there ain't no water. It's running out slowly but surely. And they said sooner or later they're gonna have to make some kind of deal to split up the water even farther, because there's like 6 states, I think, that get their water from the Colorado River. All the states down. It's like Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. Those states that are right there. And sooner or later they're gonna have no water. And it's the same thing. And you look at Vegas, they're building more and more shit. And you're like, dude, you're building more shit while you're running out of water, literally. Because human beings, it's like a freight train with the brakes went out and it's just running, and you can't stop it. The brake, you pull the lever and it's going full steam ahead. Right. Right to its fucking demise, apparently. Now, you might not live to see this, but like I said, all these problems are just going to exasperate, because where do you think the immigration is coming from? Where do you think all this stuff is happening? Like, they keep talking about, there's immigrants everywhere pouring into all these countries. Like, yeah, because they can't live where they live anymore. It's too fucking hot. People are going to start moving. And then what does that mean? It means coming across into other countries. And they go, hey, we got an immigration problem. We say, yeah, well, they can't go back because can't live there anymore because it's too fucking hot, or the water rose up and washed away the coast of where they live, or whatever else. So these problems are just going to continue to exasperate themselves as we move forward in this dystopian nightmare that is planet Earth. And meanwhile, if you say that maybe we should think about doing something about these problems, they'll call you a communist. And that's not to even mention the World War III that could happen. Mars says I lean right, but it's only because I have a limp. Well, that's good. You're undercover. But I'm just saying is we're already driving this doomsday car down the road so fast, and that all the things that I just laid out don't even include, like I said, the possibility of this war getting bigger and bigger and becoming World War III. You think that these other countries aren't watching? You don't think that they don't think that, like, this is, if you're going to move, this is the time to move. These idiots, they can't manage a fucking McDonald's. They could manage a multi-front war. They're already running out of munitions from this one. It's that they won't even call it war, just a skirmish, but we're running out of bullets already. It's like, well, that's because of Joe Biden, they should say. The fact that they still keep talking about Joe Biden at this point. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You know who was president before Joe Biden? Donald Trump. It's not like there's a huge gap in between Trump being president and then Trump being president again. It was it's 4 years of Joe Biden. And most of the time he was spent trying to dig out of the COVID hole that he had inherited, because, I mean, I'm not using that as any excuse or anything like that, but I'm saying that's what took up most of Joe Biden's time was worrying about the economic situation because of the COVID, and that was a worldwide thing, obviously. But I'm saying it's not like he could have, and he didn't shoot off the missiles and have a war. So how can he be responsible for the stockpiles being depleted? It doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't need to. As I said, this right wing doesn't need to make any sense. They've proven this over and over again. They can say one thing one day, something happened. The next day, they say the exact opposite thing and act like they didn't even say that thing the day before. That's how they operate. There's this old guy. I don't know if you ever heard of the Daily Signal, but it's always on my feed when I go on Facebook or something, right? It's like these little fucking clips. It's like Vincent something. I don't know his fucking name. He's an old guy. He's like Victor Hansen, I think is his name. They're like the Daily Signal, and he's always like the comedy shit, and he looks like the crypt keeper with a baseball cap on. It's like, you're like, this guy's probably been wrong about everything for 60 fucking years, but yet he still can find a job and people let him spew bullshit all day. You know, it's like, no, never mind his track record of like, how many things has he gotten right? It's like 1.5 million wrong, 10 right. It's like, he's a right wing guy. He just get away with it. Remember Alex Jones used to say all the time to his audience that all this crazy shit was going to happen all the time. And none of it ever happened. Ever. And yet they still kept tuning in. Like he's telling them something. Right? Very easy. Obama, like you said, March. It's like Obama's buying up all these Walmarts because he's going to make them into detention centers and he's going to lock everyone up. It never happened. He never said, "Oh, you could come out like a regular newspaper with like a correction and go, you know, I told you that this was going to happen, but it didn't happen, and I apologize for that." No, he just moved on to gay frogs or whatever the fuck else he's talking about. People, millions of people are listening to this person, and that's another thing that's wrong with this country and why it's fucking doomed. People have been brainwashed to believe, like I said, they believe that the news that tries to tell you the truth. Now, do they all the time? And, you know, who knows? That's debatable. But sometimes they're trying to tell you the truth. Because you can just watch what happens and tell that Trump doesn't want you to know things that the media is telling you. He gets mad when they tell you shit. Like that plane thing. He tried to subpoena reporters because he was so pissed off about them reporting about his stupid Air Force One shit. So that tells you right there that they're telling you shit that he doesn't want you to know. And that means that you want them doing that. And he keeps calling it fake news. Well, it's so fake. Then why are you, it's like the guy. It's like says the stockpiles are depleted. And then she says, are they depleted? No, they're not. It's, whoever's saying that should be locked up. And you, it's like, well, you just said it was depleted, which means it's true. They just don't want you to know it. It's like they're trying to fudge the fucking casualty numbers, like I told you. Or like create 2-3 separate lists of like, oh, well, these are the casualties up to this date. But then here Trump declared a ceasefire. So now the people that got killed after here, they're on this separate list. And then after that was a memorandum of understanding. And here's a third list. And that's because they don't want you to see a comprehensive list of how many people are being killed or injured for this stupid fucking war, because people will get mad. And so what do? They fucking lie. I mean, are they lying? You know, you can call it lying or not. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got plausible deniability where it's like, well, other numbers are out there, but you just have to find them, you know. They turn it into a puzzle that you have to solve yourself, you know, or whatever. And meanwhile, I'd say that the news is lying to you. It's a fucking game. It's an ancient game. These fucking jackass authoritarian jerk-offs been playing it forever and ever and ever. And they're doing the same thing. I don't know if you saw this. Marco Rubio come out and give out this list. U.S. names 43 Americans and groups. Right. According to reporting by Ken Klippenstein, the State Department has published a report identifying more than 40 American individuals and organizations, including elected officials, journalists, labor unions, and advocacy groups, as part of an alleged Cuban influence network. Ooh. Released after Secretary of State Marco Rubio's political terrorism summit, the report names figures such as Zara Mamdani, Amy Goodman, and Hassan Piker, along with organizations including the Democratic Socialists of America and the Amazon Labor Union, signaling a return to McCarthy-era efforts to stigmatize Americans based on their political associations. Yes, Ken, you are correct. He said he sounds like he's mad because the press he's finding shit out, and that is correct. And there's so many people that in these stories now that you hear, they say the person won't give their name. It's all deep throats now because you can't give your name to a story or Trump will fire you or root you out or, you know, it's like, so all these sources, they gotta covertly contact the reporters. The meet in dark parking garage with a trench coat on. Man, you can't put my name in this story, can't be. Like I said, you would think that the very fact that this keeps happening, I mean, it's still happening, and that the Congress is still not going to do anything about it. They're just going to let this go on and on and on. At some point, they have to force his hand, don't you think? I mean, they can't. They're really, I mean, do you think that they should really allow this crazy old man to send thousands of troops, 50,000, 100,000 troops into Iran? Well, he's the commander-in-chief. It's like, yeah, but that's fucking stupid. We've been through this this would be the third fucking time. We've done the same exact thing. That's why I was talking about you before. But we just keep repeating ourselves over and over and over. And the repetition just keeps accelerating, doesn't it? Just keep doing the same things, like hitting your head against a rock over and over and over and thinking that something's going to change. It's not going to change. Yes, we have a fantastic military. Yes, the best in the world. Yes, we could destroy anybody militarily. No one can face us on a battlefield. But a war ain't just a battlefield, bro. And with all this technology and shit that's changing, it's like, dude, it's not 10 guys with a bunch of drones cause a lot of damage. You don't need a gigantic, big, giant army. You don't need all this shit. You use economic leverage. I said, you use whatever you got. If you that's why I said before, it's like all this military power. It's irrelevant. We do have it, yes. And I do feel bad for those kids that are out there. Because this is fucking dumb. And anybody that gets injured or killed in this folly, it's a fucking tragedy of epic proportions. Because they don't need to be there. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. But to think, that's what I mean. It's like, how much have we bombed the shit out of them already? And we ain't no closer to achieving whatever objective. They don't even know what the objectives are. All they have is the one line where they say, you'll never have a nuclear weapon. You'll never have a nuclear weapon. It's like, okay. Well, how you gonna make that happen? They already got most of what they need to do it because you let them do that too. You got to go all the way back to the initial agreement. Like I said, they would not have the uranium that they have now if he had not tore up that agreement. That's when they started enriching higher and higher because they took the rules off. They kicked out the inspectors. They started enriching uranium. This is a problem that he created from the start. No one's talking about that anymore. It was like, dude, it didn't have to be this way. He created these circumstances by being an idiot. And here we are. I mean, is it a bumblefuck his way out of it somehow? Like, I don't think so.
Good news when it comes to demonetizing.
I don't know why that fucking happens all the time. Yeah, John, Cuban influence. Whatever the fuck that means. Let's say. The Cuban government is using Missouri Mob Daddy and his son Piker to try to overthrow the government of the United States. The only way to stop it, Bay of Pigs 2. Once again. History just repeating itself because we're fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been over an hour. As usual, I thank everybody that watches the show. If you just stumbled upon the show today, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. I am here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday now, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. Do this show live. You can chime in all you want. Soon, I should be back on Facebook because it passes 60-day threshold, but I don't know when that's going to be. What else am I going to say? Oh, if you want to send me a private message, it's Bruce Leonard Leans left at outlook.com. I appreciate everybody that watches the show. And like I said, everybody in the UK, because the UK jumped Canada for most viewers that watch this show. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. To the Brits. And the Scots. There was a one from Scotland. So it's not just us. I mean, it's not just the Brits. It's all of the UK. I think there was somebody from Belfast that was talking to me one day. So I appreciate all you people. If you like this show, I said, please tell your friends. Share it on your social media. I said, always like the channel, subscribe to the show. Go back and watch past episodes if you want to help me, because I need to get like 1,000 more viewing hours to get to monetization. If 100 of you watched an hour, it would be great. And I don't pay for money at all, but I do have a Patreon. It's Bruce Leonard Comedy. Like I said, if you want to sponsor the show, you can. I will take your money, but I'm not asking you for it. And then again, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. I will be back on Wednesday. And until then, please enjoy yourself. Be safe. Tell someone you love them. Try not to get too obsessed with all this shit that's going on. Because it will fucking depress you. Thank you. Good night. I guarantee I'd be the first to be standing there bathed in that light. Until that day I'll keep my eyes shut tight. I do not want to pick a fight. I feel more at night.